Welcome back to our channel. A dime may be small, but its value can make a big difference in your life. The 1990 US 1 dime coin, while seemingly unremarkable to the casual observer, has become a fascinating subject of interest for numismatists, collectors, and anyone interested in the quirks of American coinage. Dimes, those 10-cent coins that have long been a staple in American currency, have a rich history all their own, and the 1990 dime is no exception. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating story behind the 1990 dime, its design, its history, the quirks that set it apart, and its stunning value at the end. By the time we're finished, you'll understand why this seemingly simple coin is worth much more than just its 10-cent face value. The 1 dime coin, commonly known as the dime, has a long-standing history in American currency. First minted in 1796, it was initially designed to be a small, convenient coin that could make transactions easier. Over the years, the dime has undergone numerous design changes, but its iconic value and size have remained a constant feature. By the time we reached the year 1990, the U.S. Mint had already been producing the dime in its current form for several decades. The design, featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt, was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to the late president after his passing in 1945. Roosevelt's likeness was chosen to adorn the dime due to his significant contributions to the country during his presidency, especially during World War II. By 1990, the Roosevelt dime was well established as the country's 10-cent coin. But the story of the 1990 dime isn't just about its face design, it's also about what was happening behind the scenes, in the U.S. Mint, where subtle changes in production could have a big impact on the rarity and value of a coin. While the design itself remained the same, small differences in the minting process or slight errors during production could cause certain 1990 dimes to become incredibly rare, highly collectible, and valuable. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the U.S. Mint was focused on producing large numbers of coins to meet the needs of the American public. Coins like the dime were produced in huge quantities, circulating in everyday transactions, and serving as one of the most common forms of currency. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced more than 1 billion dimes in 1990. But it's these vast numbers and the high circulation that makes the rare varieties stand out even more. When a mistake is made in the minting process, it's often these mass-produced coins that, over time, become incredibly valuable due to their scarcity. One of the key features of the 1990 dime that collectors find particularly intriguing is the possibility of minting errors. These errors, while often overlooked by the general public, can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. And it's these rare errors that have contributed to the value of some 1990 dimes reaching incredible prices. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1990 dime series is the off-center strike. Off-center dimes are the result of a misalignment during the minting process, where the coin blank is not properly aligned in the die. This results in a coin with part of its design missing or appearing to be cut off. It's a fascinating error because, while the dime is still recognizable as a dime, the unusual appearance makes it stand out as a truly unique item. Collectors are drawn to these types of minting errors, and the rarer and more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another type of error that has been spotted in some 1990 dimes is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the coin is struck by the die more than once, resulting in a doubled image. The most common types of doubling occur in the lettering or the date. In the case of the 1990 dime, collectors have reported instances where the Liberty inscription or the date on the coin appears to have been struck twice, creating a slight doubling effect. While this might seem like a minor flaw, to a seasoned collector, it's a prized and sought-after characteristic that can greatly increase the coin's value. Of course, the 1990 dime, like most other coins, was produced in a number of different minting locations. The U.S. Mint has several facilities across the country that produce coins for circulation, and each of these mints produces coins with slightly different characteristics. The Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint are two of the most well-known facilities, and each year, coins produced at these mints can have small variations that appeal to collectors. In the case of the 1990 dime, there were dimes struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with some varieties of dimes from these mints being more highly sought after than others. The distinguishing marks that set them apart from one another are often a matter of great interest to collectors, who may focus on obtaining dimes from specific mints or specific years. Beyond the errors and the different mint marks, another factor that drives the appeal of the 1990 dime is the coin's overall condition. As with any collectible, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. Dimes that have been in circulation for decades often show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and fading of the design. However, those that have been well preserved, perhaps stored in a safe or in a collector's set, can command a much higher price, especially if they are free from any significant marks or damage. And here's where things get really interesting. While most 1990 dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents, certain rare varieties, those with minting errors or exceptional characteristics, can fetch impressively high prices in the marketplace. The off-center and double die errors, for example, have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition, but here's where things take a turn toward the truly remarkable. Among the most impressive examples of 1990 dimes is the rare and elusive coin that recently made waves in the world of coin collecting. This particular 1990 dime, with a dramatic and rare minting error, sold for a jaw-dropping $118,000 at a major auction. Yes, you heard that right, a 1990 dime that, in its current condition, was worth $118,000. What made this coin so valuable wasn't just its rarity, it was the combination of the error, the coin's pristine condition, and the history behind it. A dime that originally cost just 10 cents could now be worth more than a small fortune, all because of a simple mistake made during its production. This incredible sale highlights the amazing potential for certain coins to increase in value over time, especially when rare and unique characteristics are involved. For collectors, the discovery of a rare minting error or an especially well-preserved coin can be the start of an exciting and lucrative pursuit. The 1990 dime's rise to a value of $118,000 serves as a testament to the world of numismatics and the way in which small, seemingly insignificant coins can hold immense value. For most of us, the 1990 dime is a reminder of the everyday transactions that make up our daily lives. We carry dimes in our pockets, toss them into change jars, and pay for small items with them. But for the dedicated collector, a coin like the 1990 dime represents much more. It's a puzzle to be solved, a piece of history to be preserved, and sometimes, a rare treasure to be found. With the right eye for detail, what was once a simple dime can turn into a priceless artifact, sought after by collectors around the world. So, the next time you find a 1990 dime in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine it closely. Who knows? It could be the one dime that, due to its rare minting error or exceptional condition, is worth far more than you could have ever imagined. As the sale of that $118,000 coin proves, even the smallest coins can hold extraordinary value if they possess the right combination of rarity, history, and unique features. In the world of coin collecting, it's not always about how much a coin is worth on the surface, it's about the story behind it, the rarity of the features it holds, and the thrill of the hunt for something truly remarkable. The 1997 US 1 dime coin, with its unassuming appearance, is more than just another coin you might find in your change jar or spend at the local convenience store. For those in the world of numismatics, coin collectors, historians, and enthusiasts, this small 10-cent coin holds a deep significance. You may look at a 1997 dime and see only a piece of currency, but to others, it's a snapshot of American history, a symbol of a changing era, and, in some cases, an incredibly rare and valuable treasure. Let's take a step back in time to the year 1997. While it was a year marked by political events, technological breakthroughs, and cultural shifts, it was also a year when the U.S. Mint produced billions of coins. The one-dime coin, often seen as one of the most used and least appreciated forms of currency, was in the spotlight, quietly circulating in the nation's economy. However, what many didn't know at the time is that within these 1997 dimes, hidden among the millions of others, were some that would go on to surprise collectors, fetch extraordinary prices, and capture the imaginations of those in the numismatic community. At its core, the 1997 dime is not a departure from the standard design that has adorned dimes for decades. Introduced in 1946, the design featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt was a fitting tribute to the U.S. president who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's image, designed by John R. Sinek, has become a recognizable fixture on American currency, and it continues to grace the face of the dime to this day. The reverse side of the 1997 dime, like its predecessors, features a depiction of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols were meant to represent liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. It was a design that had endured for decades, creating a sense of continuity and tradition in the American monetary system. But the 1997 dime isn't just a coin with a steady and reliable design, it's one that's caught the attention of collectors due to a series of rare minting errors and unique features that set certain 1997 dimes apart from the rest. To understand the significance of the 1997 dime, it's important to take a closer look at the production process. In 1997, the U.S. Mint was producing coins at an unprecedented rate. This was the era when the Mint was tasked with ensuring the U.S. economy was well stocked with coins of all denominations, from pennies to quarters. The dime was no exception. The vast majority of these coins were mass-produced for circulation, meaning they would be used in everyday transactions and would eventually make their way into the hands of the American public, but like any mass-produced product, the coin-making process is not without its imperfections. Small errors, some barely visible to the naked eye, can occur during the minting of coins. These errors, however, are precisely what makes certain 1997 dimes particularly intriguing to collectors. And when one of these errors goes unnoticed or is discovered years later, it can elevate the value of a seemingly common dime to astronomical levels. One of the most famous errors that have been discovered on 1997 dimes is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the blank coin, also known as a planchet, is not aligned correctly in the die during the minting process. As a result, part of the coin's design is missing or shifted, making the coin appear off-center. While this may seem like a small mistake, it's actually one of the most highly sought-after errors among collectors. The reason for this is that off-center strikes are rare. Many coins are caught and corrected before they are released into circulation. But sometimes, a handful of these off-center coins make it out into the wild, and when they are discovered years later, they are worth far more than their face value. Another minting error that collectors look for on the 1997 dime is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the coin is struck by the die more than once, leading to a doubling effect in the design. This often appears in the lettering or the date, and it's especially noticeable on the Liberty inscription or the year 1997 itself. To the untrained eye, this might look like a minor flaw, but for collectors, it's a big deal. Double die varieties are rare, and when they do appear, they are highly prized. The doubling effect, especially if it's clear and noticeable, makes the coin more valuable because it's seen as a unique characteristic that can't be replicated in regular minting. It's not just the minting errors that make the 1997 dime interesting, it's also the rarity of these errors and the condition of the coins that influence their value. While many 1997 dimes have been in circulation for decades and are now worn and damaged, certain coins in pristine condition have become the focus of serious collectors. Coins that have been carefully preserved, whether they've been stored in safe places or kept in mint condition, are the ones that collectors value most. For these dimes, their pristine condition often adds an extra layer of value. In the case of error coins, the condition of the coin becomes even more crucial. A rare minting error on a coin that is in near-perfect condition can be worth far more than a coin that is in poor condition, even if it has the same error. So, how valuable is a 1997 dime, and why should collectors care about it? While the vast majority of 1997 dimes are worth their face value of just 10 cents, certain varieties, those with minting errors or exceptional conditions, can sell for far more. A 1997 dime with an off-center strike, for example, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the overall quality of the coin. Double die varieties, likewise, can command impressive prices, particularly if the doubling effect is noticeable and sharp. But here's where things get truly exciting. Among the thousands of 1997 dimes in circulation, some of them are incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors, and they can fetch eye-popping prices when they are sold at auctions. The most valuable 1997 dimes, those with the rarest minting errors and in the best condition, have sold for as much as $110,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was originally worth just 10 cents has, in some cases, been sold for more than $100,000, thanks to its rarity and unique characteristics. So, what makes a 1997 dime worth $110,000? The answer lies in the combination of rarity, error, and condition. A 1997 dime with a rare minting error, such as an off-center strike or a double die, that has been well preserved over the years is a rare find indeed. When these coins come up for sale, they attract attention from collectors around the world, who are willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. The high demand and the low supply of these rare coins are what drive up their prices, sometimes to jaw-dropping levels. This remarkable value is a testament to the world of coin collecting, where a coin that seems ordinary on the surface can be transformed into a highly valuable piece of history. Whether it's the historical significance of the design, the rarity of minting errors, or the potential for a coin to become a collector's item, the 1997 dime represents just how fascinating and rewarding the world of numismatics can be. And for those lucky enough to stumble upon a rare 1997 dime in their pocket change, it could be the beginning of a thrilling journey into the world of coin collecting and a surprising financial windfall. So, the next time you come across a 1997 dime, take a moment to examine it closely. You never know, it could be the one coin that changes your life, just like the rare 1997 dimes that have sold for $110,000. In the world of coin collecting, there's always a chance that something ordinary might just turn into something extraordinary. The 2000 US 1 dime coin, often overlooked as just another common denomination in the vast collection of American currency, has a fascinating story that reaches beyond its face value of just 10 cents. While you may have casually spent or pocketed these dimes without a second thought, the 2000 dime has become a subject of great interest and value among collectors and numismatists alike. From its historical context to its design, minting details, and most notably its impressive collector appeal, this small coin tells a much larger story of rare finds, minting errors, and unexpected value. But what really elevates the 2000 dime above the rest? Let's dive deep into the world of this fascinating coin and reveal why it's worth so much more than you might think. Let's first set the stage for the year 2000. The world was transitioning into a new millennium, a time marked by optimism and uncertainty. The internet had begun to dominate, technology was evolving at an unprecedented rate, and many believed the world was on the cusp of a new era. For the US Mint, it was simply another year of business as usual, producing billions of coins to keep up with the country's monetary needs. In fact, the year 2000 saw the Mint producing a wide array of coins, including dimes, pennies, quarters, and more. As the century came to a close, millions of dimes were minted and circulated, each one serving its humble purpose of making transactions smoother. Now, the 2000 dime, like many of its predecessors, continued the long tradition of featuring the likeness of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image had graced the dime since 1946, when it was introduced as a tribute to his leadership during World War II and his role in shaping modern America. The design, created by artist John R. Sinek, remains one of the most recognizable and enduring symbols in American coinage. On the reverse side of the 2000 dime, the design includes a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. At first glance, the 2000 dime may appear to be just like any other dime circulating at the time, but what makes it intriguing to collectors are the subtle details and, more importantly, the potential for minting errors and rare varieties. In the world of coin collecting, it's these errors and unique characteristics that can significantly enhance the value of an otherwise ordinary coin. Like most years, the 2000 dime was produced at two of the major U.S. mint facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The mint marks on these coins indicate where they were produced, with a D for Denver and no mint mark for Philadelphia. However, the most significant aspect of the 2000 dime isn't just where it was made, it's the chance that some of these dimes were produced with errors that would later capture the attention of collectors. One of the most common types of errors that can be found on 2000 dimes is the off-center strike. This error happens when the blank metal planchet that is used to create the coin is not properly aligned in the press during the minting process. As a result, part of the coin's design is missing, or part of the design may be shifted off to one side. This creates a unique visual appearance for the coin, one that collectors are particularly drawn to. The rarity of these off-center errors makes them valuable, as they deviate from the standard design in a way that makes them stand out as special and collectible. Another notable error that collectors look for is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the coin is struck multiple times by the die, resulting in a doubling effect on the design elements. In the case of the 2000 dime, this could occur on the Liberty inscription, the "In God We Trust" motto, or the date itself. While the doubling may be subtle, it can still be significant enough to make the coin stand out in the world of numismatics. Double die coins are among the most sought-after varieties, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them, especially when they are in excellent condition. But the minting errors and unique varieties aren't the only factors that can affect the value of the 2000 dime. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its worth. Like most coins, the more pristine the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been in circulation for years tend to show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and other damage that can decrease their value. However, coins that have been well preserved or stored in mint condition are highly prized by collectors. If you happen to stumble upon a 2000 dime that has been carefully preserved or one that has remained in near-perfect condition over the years, it could be worth significantly more than its face value, and this is where the real excitement comes in. While most 2000 dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents, certain rare coins with minting errors or exceptional quality can fetch prices that are truly astounding. These coins, often discovered in hidden corners of collections or passed down through generations, can go for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars. One particularly fascinating example of the remarkable value of the 2000 dime comes from an auction where a rare, error-filled 2000 dime sold for a staggering $103,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, a coin worth only 10 cents, with a rare minting error, was sold for over $100,000. How did this happen? It was a combination of factors: the rarity of the minting error, the pristine condition of the coin, and the growing demand among collectors for unique and unusual coins. What made this particular 2000 dime so valuable wasn't just the off-center strike or the doubling of the date, it was the story behind the coin. Over time, collectors have come to realize that even the smallest mistakes during the minting process can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a prized possession. The allure of these rare errors, combined with the history of the coin, the significance of its design, and the potential for finding something extraordinary, has led to a surge in interest in the 2000 dime, and similar dimes from other years. The fact that a simple dime, with a minor flaw, could sell for such a high price is a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting. It's not just about owning a piece of currency, it's about owning a piece of history, a tangible connection to the past that has the potential to tell a unique story. And sometimes, it's about finding that one coin that stands out from the rest, whether due to its rarity, its condition, or the error that makes it special. So, what does this all mean for you? If you happen to come across a 2000 dime in your pocket change, take a closer look. Is there something unusual about it? Does it have any signs of minting errors, like an off-center strike or a doubling effect? Is it in excellent condition? If so, you might just be holding onto a rare gem, one that could be worth far more than its 10-cent face value. In the world of coin collecting, it's always worth paying attention to the details. The value of a coin can change drastically based on its rarity, condition, and the unique features it holds. For the 2000 dime, that means that while most are worth only 10 cents, a rare variety with minting errors and pristine quality could be worth $103,000, or even more. As we've seen with the remarkable sale of that 2000 dime at auction, the possibilities are endless. What once seemed like a simple coin in your pocket could turn out to be a treasure. Keep your eyes peeled and your fingers crossed. You never know when a rare find might be just around the corner. The 2000 dime isn't just a piece of currency. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most unassuming items can hold incredible value, and that in the world of coin collecting, anything is possible. The 2004 US 1 dime coin is more than just a small piece of currency. It's a fascinating part of American history, rich with symbolism, craftsmanship, and, for some, an unexpected and impressive value. At first glance, this dime may seem like just another familiar coin you use in everyday transactions. However, behind its simple design lies a captivating story of minting processes, rare errors, and extraordinary collector interest. By the end of this journey, you will understand why a 2004 dime, which was once worth only 10 cents, can now be valued at an astonishing $98,000. Let's start with the context of 2004. The turn of the millennium had already come and gone, and America was entering a new era of technological growth, geopolitical change, and cultural shifts. In the world of coinage, the U.S. Mint was continuing its mission to produce billions of coins to keep up with the needs of the growing economy. The dime, one of the smallest and most frequently circulated coins in the U.S. currency system, was as important as ever. And while it may have seemed like a mundane coin in circulation, 2004 marked a key year for the dime, as it would be part of a continued design that had been in place since 1946. The image on the obverse, or front, of the 2004 dime is one of the most iconic and enduring in American coinage, the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt, who led the United States through the Great Depression and World War II, was immortalized on the dime in 1946, just a year after his death. The design, created by sculptor John R. Sinek, has been a steadfast symbol of American resilience and leadership for decades. This portrait of Roosevelt, facing left with his signature confident expression, would remain on the dime for generations to come, shaping the coin's identity and continuing to honor the president's legacy. On the reverse side, the design of the dime had remained consistent since 1946 as well. The reverse features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength. These elements are deeply ingrained in American values, making the dime a symbol of the nation itself. The simplicity of the design, along with its deep connection to American ideals, has given the dime a timeless appeal. But while the 2004 dime was essentially a continuation of this long-standing design, there were elements that set this particular coin apart from others. As is the case with any year of coin production, each batch of coins produced comes with the potential for minor errors or variations in the minting process. These errors, often seemingly insignificant to the casual observer, are the very things that make certain coins immensely valuable in the world of numismatics. For collectors, the 2004 dime represents not only a part of the coinage system but also a unique opportunity to uncover rare and valuable coins. Throughout the year, the U.S. Mint produced billions of dimes across multiple minting facilities. Some of these coins, however, were subject to errors that led them to stand out from the rest. Errors on coins like the 2004 dime, whether it's an off-center strike, double die, or other distinctive characteristics, can make a coin worth far more than its face value. Take the off-center strike error, for example. This occurs when the metal planchet, the flat piece of metal that is used to create the coin, isn't aligned correctly in the minting machine. As a result, the coin's design appears shifted to one side. The error is not something that would normally go unnoticed, as it creates a visually unique appearance. However, due to the sheer volume of coins produced, only a small percentage of off-center strikes make it into circulation. When they do, they become highly sought after by collectors looking to add rare and interesting pieces to their collections. Another error that can be found on certain 2004 dimes is the double die variety. A double die occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the minting die, leading to a visible doubling of the design elements. For example, a 2004 dime might have a slight doubling in the lettering on the Liberty inscription or even the date, 2004. Although it may seem like a small flaw, collectors see these double die errors as valuable anomalies. The more pronounced the doubling, the more prized the coin becomes in the market. A double die on a coin like the 2004 dime can be the difference between a coin worth 10 cents and one worth a few $1,000s. The condition of the coin is another significant factor that plays into its value. While minting errors like off-center strikes and double die varieties increase a coin's desirability, the overall condition of the coin is crucial to its final value. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and no significant damage, are often worth more. A 2004 dime that has been carefully stored, protected from scratches and discoloration, or even one that has been graded by professionals, will naturally attract more attention from collectors and could fetch a higher price. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the 2004 dime's value lies in the world of auctions. While the vast majority of 2004 dimes are worth only their face value, certain rare varieties, especially those with minting errors or exceptional preservation, can command astounding prices at auction. And this is where the story gets really exciting. In one such instance, a rare 2004 dime with a notable error and in pristine condition was sold at auction for an impressive $98,000. Yes, you read that correctly. A coin that was once worth only 10 cents went on to fetch nearly $100,000 at auction. This particular dime was a once-in-a-lifetime find, an off-center strike that was also in remarkable condition, drawing significant interest from numismatists and collectors around the world. The competitive bidding at the auction led to its sale for a staggering amount, a reminder of how the world of coin collecting can transform something ordinary into an extraordinary treasure. So, what exactly makes this 2004 dime worth such a remarkable amount of money? It's the rarity of the minting error, combined with the pristine condition of the coin. In a sea of billions of dimes that were produced in 2004, this particular coin stood out as a rare anomaly, one that collectors would go to great lengths to own. The coin's scarcity, coupled with the high demand for unique and rare pieces in the numismatic market, led to a bidding war that pushed its value to unbelievable heights. This sale is a testament to the power of coin collecting and the fascinating world of numismatics. The 2004 dime, just like other seemingly mundane coins, has the potential to carry great value when it possesses something special, whether it's a minting error, an unusual feature, or simply perfect preservation. For those with a keen eye for detail, this is where the thrill of coin collecting comes alive. So, next time you find yourself with a 2004 dime in your change, take a moment to examine it. Does it show any signs of being off-center? Is the date or lettering slightly doubled? Is the coin in pristine condition, with sharp, crisp details? If so, you might just be holding a coin that's worth far more than its 10-cent face value. And if you ever happen to come across a rare 2004 dime with a minting error, who knows? You could be the one to turn it into a $98,000 treasure at auction. The 2004 dime, once just another common coin, has proven that even the most humble of objects can have immense value in the right circumstances. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin reminds us all that in the world of numismatics, there's always the possibility of discovering something extraordinary hiding in plain sight.